let's talk about the difference. I talked about this on day one of Single to Soulmate. That 5-day intensive was like the equivalent of a quick juice fast, like a 3-day juice fast to just clear the body out, just clean it. Reverence is a year-long regime, if you like. It's structure and a support and a new way of being in community. So it's not in isolation. And it is chance for you to actually try out new ways of being. So it's almost like you're experimenting within this held space, within the community that we're creating together. So steady change, as I always say, takes time. Steady, sustainable change wants to happen at the pace of the body and the pace of the nervous system. So intensive change is generally short-lived. It's generally like the elastic band that we kind of ping and then it pings back, because it's not meant to be stretched so far so quickly. So the natural response is this ping back. When you commit to a steady, structured, supportive regime, that's when you get the sustainable change. Anybody who's ever been to the gym will tell you that you could do a quick, like 14-day butt challenge or abs challenge, and you may get results, you may get immediate results, but they won't be lasting. And that's really the difference here, because one of my reasons for being is to have a positive impact on how relationships work in the wider world. So the more people that I can touch with this work, the better it is, in line with my biggest vision, which is that love relationships, families, businesses, and communities all function in authenticity and with really clear communication. That's the kind of positive impact I want to have on the world. So that's why I'm here doing this thing. And that's the difference between a short intensive and a longer term, steady change, supportive, structured regime over a year. Now, the other side of that analogy is, if you go to the gym for a year, if you take before and after pictures of yourself on day 1 and on day 365, the difference will be incredible, because you have been steady with it, you've been consistent. And consistency is a very masculine quality. And it's really relevant to the work we've done this week, because if we don't have that healthy internal masculine structure, we seek it externally, because we're always seeking balance, like the universe is always seeking balance. We're looking for the structure to complement the flow, to hold the flow, so the flow can be powerful and can be a force. If we don't have it, the temptation is to reach for it externally in the form of a person, usually. And be like, oh yes, healthy masculine, yes, come and support me, come and do all those things that help me feel held and feel safe. And then there's a missing piece in your self-mastery. And this is not to say that you should never rely on anyone outside of you. I don't believe that at all. But I do believe that you should cultivate the internal balance that means you have got yourself. And then anything else is a gift. And then any support and devotion and all of those gorgeous, yummy things that happen in relationship is a bonus, which is amazing. So, yes, that's the difference between single soulmate intensive 5 days and Reverence year-long program, community, and support. As group coaching programs go, I live coach 3 weeks out of 4 for a whole year. And if you look at the price tag on this and compare it, you will be hard pressed to find a year's worth of group coaching, such high caliber, for the same price. That's also important for you to know, because I want to make it accessible, and it also needs to be a slight stretch. So it needs to be a commitment. I think it's James Wedmore who talks about having skin in the game, which means it's not, there's nothing for you to lose if there's no stretch. So when you do have a stretch, just enough, then that brings out your commitment. It brings out your fire for positive change. It brings the very reason that first attracted you in the beginning to the forefront, to the top. And that's really important. So some of the results that you can expect, okay, from being in this program. The first thing that I really, really want to emphasize is that you get community. So you are surrounded by women who get it. You are supported, you are celebrated, and you are held in that space. It's not only me who does the holding, it's the sisterhood that is in that space also. And I can't tell you the difference that makes if you, well, whether you've experienced it or not. If you've experienced it, you'll know. If you haven't, it's very hard to describe, but it's a beautiful feeling of belonging and of support and nurturing, and a very wholesome bed that you can feel safe in to grow and make changes to how you show up in the world. So that's the first thing. That's why I've made it into a year-long space, and why we have live calls 3 weeks out of 4, so that we can all be together, so we can actually have conversations and we can talk to each other. That's really, really a major part of what makes this magic work. The second thing is you'll get really, really clear. Now, there's almost no way that you can't, because in an intentional space, you are almost forced to either stand up and back yourself or not. And it will become very apparent if you're not. If your choice is, no, I'm not going to do that. And you'll be able to see that the results you get correlate to that. So when I say forced, I mean the environmental factors have an impact. Of course, no one's going to force you to do anything. But if you put yourself in an intentional space, then the changes are phenomenal. The next thing is, as leading on from that, is that you begin to communicate really coherently with regard to your emotional experience, your internal experience, and you're more likely to take responsibility because you're in a group of people who hold to a high caliber of communication. Their standards are high. I make sure of it. I have really high standards for communication and for making sure that everybody is on the same page. Of course, hiccups happen because we are human, but then we get to learn how to repair, which is also amazing. But taking responsibility for your communication, practicing coherent communication in order that other people can understand you is the perfect foundation for moving towards love relationship where you're really going to need those skills. When, to the extent that you are so attractive, so attracted to this person, and you have a lot of fire and chemistry, there will also be the other side of that, which often manifests as disagreements or difficulty in connecting. Everyone has their patterns. So it's perfect to actually have a dedicated space in order to do this work so that you don't have to take it all into your relationship. And actually, you're taking full responsibility for your experience and for your capabilities by dealing with this in a separate space to your relationship. And it only makes your relationship so much better. And also, before you're even in relationship, it makes you, and we talked about this in the Single to Soulmate program, makes you slightly polarizing. So the people who are not for you, because you're being honest about who you really are and your communication is brilliant, people who are not for you just tend to kind of dissolve into the ether. And the people who are attracted to you are attracted to the real you, because that's how you're showing up. You're showing up and you're bringing all of you to the table. So it's the perfect incubator for relationship success. The third thing is you become an energetic match for your desired partner. And I touched on this just a moment ago, but as you start to live and be the truest version of yourself, which will no doubt align with your values and with your desire, you naturally become an energetic match for that which is wanted. And that which is not wanted becomes an easy no. Your boundaries get clearer, your desire gets clearer. You start to live and show up and be in a different way. And that is exciting. And also to be surrounded by others who are doing the same thing is just so good. So good. Because you're all slight kind of baby steps for everyone. It's just this slight, a little bit tentative, showing up in new, in new ways with radical honesty, being vulnerable with each other, developing an intimacy with each other that is incredible groundwork for the intimacy and the depth of connection that you desire in a love partnership. So I can't recommend this enough. Honestly, the way that this stuff works is it's just natural law. You can't argue with it, That quote by Jim Rohn about you are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Kind of true, pretty much true, which is why very successful entrepreneurs make sure they spend time in the rooms with other very successful people, because they think differently, they act differently, they organize themselves differently, and it matters. It matters the environment that you place yourself in. So as soon as you have locked on to your desire, it makes a lot of sense for you to place yourself in an environment that supports that, so that you can align with it with more ease and less friction. I think we've all had that experience where a certain step in our becoming creates friction between those that we've known for a long time, maybe with our family, maybe with very old friends. And it's harder when you're making a positive change for yourself and you're not supported. It just is. So to be able to tap into a community who do support you and celebrate you and see you, and who are also doing the same thing, it makes a great deal of sense, and it is a huge support and a huge bonus. It just makes life easier. So, what else? Here's the thing. I am so dedicated to this Reverence 2023, and I'm so certain about the effectiveness of this as a process and as a community, and as myself as the mouthpiece for this medicine, that I'm giving a money back guarantee. If you have not experienced a relationship over 2023 that has felt that it's lit you up and it's been so good, so aligned with your desire, if you've put in the attendance, if you have really committed and you backed yourself and that hasn't happened for you in December, come and tell me and I will refund your money. That is how much I believe in this work. Honestly, I can't give you a greater assurance that this is an amazing place to put yourself if sacred partnership is what you desire in 2023. Okay, so let me tell you some of the practical details. It's a set price until the end of the year. So if you join in November, it's the same price as it is now, and you only get 1 month. If you join in January or February, then you're getting a great deal. The payment plans are available until the end of Feb. If you come in before Sunday, if you know that this is for you and that this space is really going to support you and it's going to help you move towards what is wanted, and you can make that decision before Sunday, then you can be in the small WhatsApp group where we practice where we practice for 7 days using our voices, speaking our desires, and communicating like grown-ups in the most impeccable way. Now, anyone who's been through this program will tell you it's an absolute game changer. Communicating with your voice with strangers off the internet, it can be really confronting, it can be quite triggering, and it's so effective because it just really quickly just brings up your stuff. It just brings up your patterns. And it's like, oh, there they are. Okay. You know, like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you come in before Sunday, you get to be in that WhatsApp group. I'm not offering this again. I'm not offering it again. I do WhatsApp work with my one-on-one clients, but and with my private mastermind, but I'm not offering it as part of Reverence again. I'm just not going to do it. So that's if you get in before Sunday. If you get in tonight, if you are like so excited and you're ready and you want to come in tonight, doesn't matter which payment plan you choose, you'll get a 30-minute one-to-one with me where we can do a full debrief of Single to Soulmate, and I can help you build the bridge from where you are now to the beginning of Reverence. which means you will be able to hold the momentum that you've already created and start, like, kind of, what do they call it? Hit the ground running. You know, you won't be starting from a stopped point. You'll be starting already going. That's for anyone who feels so excited and they're going to join tonight. Then you get a 30-minute one-to-one with me included, even if you choose a payment plan. So the payment plans are 222 for 5 months, or if you need an extended payment plan, I get it, and you can pay 111, and this is all in US dollars, for 10 months. And bearing in mind it is a year-long program. If you pay in full, then I would like to offer you some one-to-one work, which I will talk to you about. You can message me if you're considering making a payment in full. And the benefit of that is that you get my eyes on your specific challenges, and that's it. You don't have to share with anyone else. And whatever it is that you're bringing to the table, whatever you're struggling with right now, whatever you really want to bring the attention to, the focus to, or wherever you're stuck, we will have a look at that and we'll resolve it so that you can fly into the program and into the community and start interacting, start practicing. So this real-time practice and my dedicated support and expertise is the difference that makes a difference. Okay, so the 7-day WhatsApp thing that I offer WhatsApp service to my one-on-one clients who pay roughly around $4,000 a month. So just to give you an idea of the value of this work and of how incredibly effective it is, and the fact that you can have this included depending on what payment plan you choose. So if you want to pay in full, we're going to go one-to-one, we're going to sort stuff out, and you're going to jump into reverence and you're going to be so excited. If you just want to take a payment plan and you're ready to do that before Sunday, then you'll be added to the WhatsApp group of this small cohort that is running. We start on Monday, next Monday, so we've got limited time. I also wanted to mention on tomorrow's a new moon. It's the Aquarius new moon, which one of my favorite astrologers has given the title to Cut the Crap. That's what the flavor of energy of this new moon. On Sunday, it's Chinese New Year. The Chinese knew a thing or two. And all planets go direct, I think, on Monday. So it's like, it's go time. It is go time. So can you back yourself? Can you back yourself, and can you really commit and step in to what you know you want and into this space that is actually going to support you in getting there? I'm so excited. I am really excited, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. If you've got any more questions, my DMs are open. Just pop into Messenger, and hopefully I can answer them for you. I'm going to put the link underneath this live, so you can do everything except the extended payment plan on the link that I'm going to put below. If you need the extended payment plan, please messenger me and I will send you directly the link for that so you can activate it. But loads of good stuff in here for you. So thank you for being here, and any questions, jump into Messenger, come talk to me. All right, lots of love. See you another day. Bye-bye.